about pineapple, sugarcane, cacao, coffee, and other agricultural products. Hear the story of James Dole, who some call the Pineapple King. Learn some local traditions and customs, and groove to the music of recording artist Manoa DNA. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Off to the right of the train is the Plantation Garden Tour. Here you can learn about life on the plantation and stroll through gardens of tea leaf, bromeliads, native species, hibiscus, and other lay flowers. For an enhanced experience, download or exiting the train at a different platform from where you boarded. Once the train comes to a complete stop at the exit platform, we'll let you know when it's safe to disembark. For those of you who may have left your stroller, walker, or wheelchair behind with us, we will be transferring those items over to the Let's begin our journey with a little background on this special city where we are located. It's called Wahiawa. Located between the Waianae and Ko'ola mountain ranges, Wahiawa is known for its scenic beauty, agricultural history, and strong military presence. The weather here is cooler and wetter compared to other parts of Oahu. To prepare the field for planting, the ground is plowed and mixed with fertilizer. Next, thin strips of plastic mulch are laid in the field. The plastic mulch helps retain moisture, controls weeds and pests, and heats the soil to stimulate root growth. You may be wondering why the soil is reddish in color. Well, it's because the decomposed volcanic ash in the soil results in high amounts of oxidized iron, which in turn causes the reddish tint. The high iron content in the soil is good for growing pineapple. Now, if you see rows in the pineapple that is plump and fresh looking, in other words, the leaves and the crown should be fresh and green, and the body of the pineapple firm. Keep in mind, a large pineapple doesn't necessarily mean the fruit will be better tasting or any riper than a smaller pineapple. Also, the color of the shell is not necessarily a sign of maturity or ripeness. A pineapple can be ripe when the shell is practically all green. Once the pineapple is picked, it will not ripen any further or get any sweeter. So the sooner they are eaten, the better. If you don't plan to use a fresh pineapple right away, store it in your refrigerator, it'll keep longer. And if you're interested in learning the proper way, the demonstration will also show you how to grow your own pineapple. The Hawaiian word for pineapple is halakahiki. Halakahiki means foreign fruit. It is believed that pineapple, or halakahiki, first originated in Paraguay or Brazil. No one knows exactly how or when pineapples first arrived here in Hawaii, but he started in Hawaii in 1899, and the following year he bought a 61-acre tract of land right here in Wahiawa, where he established his first pineapple plantation. Early on, James Dole knew that there would be a huge market for pineapple outside of Hawaii. However, the only way to reach this market was to pack and seal the pineapple in cans. In 1901, James Dole built a pineapple cannery here in Wahiawa, which marked the start of the Hawaiian Pineapple Company. Several years later, in 1907, the cannery was relocated to Honolulu Harbor, closer to the later pulled shipping ports and supplies. The Honolulu Cannery, at one time the world's largest cannery, remained in operation until 1991. As the demand for pineapple grew, so did the need for more land. So, in 1922, James Dole bought the island of all the canned pineapple produced in the world. James Drummond Dole passed away in 1958 at the age of 80. The Hawaiian Pineapple Company he founded is now known the world over as Dole Food Company, and the Dole brand is one of the most recognized brands in the world. Yellow or red. The pod ranges in size from 8 to 14 inches long and grows directly from the tree's main branches and trunk. Chocolate is made from the beans that are inside the pods. If the pods are invisible, look for the trees with the long green leaves. Those are the cacao trees. A variety of other complex flavors in the chocolate. Hawaii Hawaii's chocolate industry is relatively new, but is quickly establishing itself as a source for some of the best and rarest chocolates in the world. A few miles north of where we are is the Wailua Estate Cacao Farm, run by Dole Food Company. The rich volcanic soil and excellent growing conditions in this area, combined with high-quality chocolate-making practices, have allowed Wailua Estate to become the undisputed leader and producer of the best chocolate in Hawaii. If you haven't done so already, we encourage you to visit the Wailua Estate Chocolate Display area. Class chocolates. We also conduct a free demonstration on how chocolate is produced from bean to oil in this area with sugar. Back in the 1950s, there were over 20,000 acres of agricultural land in this area. Roughly half were pineapple fields and the other half sugarcane fields. Many of the early pineapple and sugar plantation laborers were from foreign countries such as China, Japan, and the Philippines. Plantation villages or camps were set up to house the workers and their families. These villages reflected the different cultures the laborers brought with them. In fact, many cultural aspects of these plantation villages have endured and influence life in Hawaii today. For example, the holidays are a time when local families get together. Long rice, pork adobo, nishime, lumpia, and many others. On New Year's Eve, get ready for some fireworks. Islanders love to ring in the new year by popping fireworks, which in some Asian cultures is said to ward off evil spirits. New Year's mochi pounding is another local tradition where everyone takes their turn pounding the glutinous sticky rice for good luck. The mochi, or Japanese rice cake, is then formed into round pieces and filled with azuki, or red bean paste. Most of the mochi is eaten, but some families will place an offering of 2 mochi cakes stacked on top of each other with a Japanese orange on top. This stack is typically placed on the family altar or somewhere else in the home to bring good fortune in the coming year. Another huge celebration is Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year lands on a different day each year on the new moon between January and February. There are many customs surrounding Chinese New Year, like the Lion Dance, a traditional Chinese dance performance in which 2 dancers, often from a local martial arts school, work together in a stylized lion costume to move to the rhythm of a drum.
Step out on the Pineapple Express.
That was Manoa DNA with the official theme song for the pastries or desserts are great omiyage. Nothing fancy is required. It can be simple, just something small to show your appreciation to the host. And remember to remove your footwear before entering the home. Shoes, flip-flops, slippers, they should all come off your feet before stepping. What can you do to help? If you're headed to the North Shore to enjoy its beautiful beaches, stay on designated roads, keep your distance from sea turtles, seals, or dolphins that may be near the shoreline, and swim only at lifeguarded beaches. If you're planning on taking a hike, clean your shoes before and after your hike to avoid spreading disease that could attach to the bottom of footwear. Leave the area cleaner than you found it. Hawaii has some of the best beaches and hiking trails in the world. Enjoy! Just remember to malama this special place we call home. We hope you find these tips useful, but when in doubt, just ask. If you're not sure about anything such as where to go or what is the appropriate thing to do, just ask a kamaaina. Solar farm, which helps provide nearly a third of our plantation's energy consumption. Just another way we benefit from our nearly year-round sunshine. Well, we hope you enjoyed the tour. There's a lot more to see and do. Test your directional skills in the world's largest maze. Stroll through the plantation garden, or cool down with the world-famous Dole whip at the Plantation Grill located inside the store. If you plan on making your way to shore, turn right as you exit the parking lot and head north on Kamehameha Highway for about 15 minutes. Besides having some of the world's best beaches, you'll also find dozens of unique shops, art galleries, and restaurants. Mahalo for taking a tour on the Pineapple Express. Aloha! Please remain seated as we approach the exit platform. If you left your stroller or walker with us prior to boarding, it will be waiting for you at the exit platform. If you accidentally dropped any personal belongings along the ride and took note of the numbered marker along the track, please let the train attendant know upon disembarking. We will retrieve the item for you and bring it back to the train platform. Once the train comes to a complete stop, please make sure you collect all your belongings. You may then disengage the chain on the left side of the carriage and disembark the train. Please watch your step as there is a gap between the train and the train. Walk towards the front of the train to exit the platform. On behalf of your Pineapple Express train